Woohoo! Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. Good evening, Bridget. Ah, I can see that you're on mute. There you go. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm very, very, very good. Welcome to Christmas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Welcome to Christmas. It's finally here. Christmas
It's
2025.
That's right. Good
Mhm.
evening to all our viewers. Well, good evening from my side because I'm coming live from Melbourne and it's actually just gone 10 p.m. where I am. And good morning to everybody who's watching us all the way from the United Kingdom. Wow. So we are feeling very festive. We know that Christmas is a time of giving, and we are back again because we want to give a bit more gratitude. But Bridget, I will let you take over the reins.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much. So I'll echo what Rebecca said. A very, very, very warm welcome to everybody across the world. And absolutely, welcome to Christmas. I don't know about wherever you are. I love this time of the year. It's my best season,
Yeah.
apart from summer. This is the best season for me, and really, we'll talk probably about more about that as we get into our live. But initially, we'll start off with introducing ourselves. So, my name is Bridget. I'm all the way in the UK, and yes, it's morning. It's just about 3 minutes past 11. So, good morning, UK. And
Ooh.
good night, Australia. My name is Bridget. I am a therapist by profession. I'm a mom of one and also have a beautiful fur baby called Pippin. And I am a very, very passionate and purposeful and proud digital business owner.
Woo, woo,
Over to
woo.
you, Jacob. Please
Thank
introduce yourself.
you. Thank you. Thank you. So I am Rujeko, obviously tuning in live from Melbourne. I am a mom of two lovely kids, and I am a nurse by profession, which I do work full time. But of course, after hours and on weekends, I am working passionately in this digital business that I recently started in 2024. That's me.
Thank you, Jacob. So if you've been following us, we are currently completing our 28-day gratitude challenge. And wow, what a challenge it is. What
Mhm.
a challenge it is. We are on day 12 or week 12 because we're
Week
doing it
12. Yeah,
week by
week
week.
12. Yeah,
Week
yeah,
12.
yeah.
Yeah. So the book that we're following is called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. You will all know her from the lady who wrote the book The Secret. So this is one of her books, and we have been absolutely challenged
Mm,
with this process. It is
mm,
a challenge.
mm.
Gratitude has absolutely humbled me, challenged me, confronted me, all sorts, but it's all
Yes,
in good learning and growth. What
yes.
a, how about you, Rejeko? How have you been feeling about the challenge?
I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful. This week I had a challenge actually. It was, a lot of things were going in the background, at work. And I must admit that, you know those thoughts sneaking in, complaining thoughts, they come, they start coming in. You start looking at all the negativity, and of course you go with the flow because everybody else around me was being negative as well. We're
Mm.
working under lots of pressure. And I remember one morning, it was Wednesday, I don't know, during the week, one morning I woke up and there I go. I was going into this negativity and something pulled me back.
Mm.
Rujeko, you got to be grateful. Remember,
Mm.
you're doing the grateful challenge.
Yeah.
Remember, you've got to be grateful for the job. You've got to
Yeah.
be grateful, for what you're earning. You've got to be grateful that you've got something to do. You've got to be grateful that, apart from the digital business, you've got an income that is helping you with your family. And look, you're going for Christmas. And all of a sudden, I
Mm.
went into a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
And I remember coming on to work and everybody else around was going on their usual because remember, the circumstances around don't change. It's us who change on the inside. And
Mm.
everybody was just continuing the normal. They were complaining. And I had one friend, one
Mm.
nurse
Mm.
who said this, she just said, guys, let's just appreciate each other. We are
Mm.
here for each other. Let's be
Mm.
grateful that we have each other. And I thought,
Mm.
wow. And I woke up this morning and it felt like I'm still being pulled to be
Mm.
grateful. And
Mm.
guess what? Guess
Mm.
what? I
Mm.
had a testimony this
Yeah.
week.
Oh.
And that was yesterday morning.
Mm.
Was it yesterday morning or yesterday
Mm.
night? Actually last night. Without expecting it, going
Mm.
about, I was exhausted. I was glad I've ended my day. It's Friday. I'm going into a weekend. And boom, there you go. I had a business result. Ish.
Wow. Awesome.
The
Mm.
power of gratitude, the power
Mm.
of thanksgiving, the power of changing your
Mm.
mindset. Because,
Mm.
when I changed my mindset, I remember for the next 3 nights, I just decided to pray and just to be grateful. And
Yeah.
without knowing it, God was already lighting what was dimming. And
Mm.
he did it. He brought the results for me. So
Awesome.
I'm really grateful. I'm grateful. I'm
Yeah.
really grateful for this challenge. I'm grateful that we are
Mm.
winding down the season with
Mm.
this challenge. But when I
Mm.
look at it, when I look upon the horizon, I am
Mm.
more than grateful that we are
Mm.
starting 2026 with this challenge as well.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Amen. Amen. Oh, that is so beautiful, and I love the testimony. You know, what can I say? There's nothing I can add to that. I love what you said that, you're changing your inside, even if what is going on around you, it doesn't look like it's changing. It's you changing your internal environment.
Mm.
The truth of the matter is that the minute you start changing your internal environment, you're actually changing your external. Isn't it amazing that one of your colleagues actually said, "Let's be grateful." It's
I
almost like you're
know.
responding to what you were doing.
I
So we
know.
do change our circumstances as we change our internal environment.
And I must tell
Change-
you, she's one of those who
Yeah,
just she's always so positive. And
yeah,
it's when I was seeing it on only on Wednesday, I
yeah,
realized this lady is just always happy. Why
yeah,
is she just always
yeah,
positive in spite of the pressures? So yeah.
yeah. It takes strength.
Mhm.
It takes a lot of strength to maintain, because what you're describing is maintaining your energy. It's being
Mm.
able to maintain your own energy,
Yeah. Yeah.
your own environment, to create your own environment in here. I
Yeah.
love that. I absolutely love that.
True.
That with you, I resonate with you that I'm glad that we're starting 2026 with this, because we're starting with a healthy internal environment. And I
Mm.
love, so grateful and so celebrating the business, the business success with you, the business, the what did you call it, the business results with you. So
Amen.
so that's amazing. That's the icing
Yeah.
on the cake. Thank you, 2025.
Oh, that's right. I
Awesome.
must say, I got a visitor here. That's not
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
I realized that's my little girl, my little daughter, because
Oh,
she uses my YouTube account. And I remember last time
yeah,
I got a
yeah.
fright. I thought my account had been
I mean,
hacked. And she has previously asked me, Mommy, if I see you, can I just say hi? And I've
yeah,
obviously said yes. So I think
yeah.
that's her. So
Oh,
hi, my
bless
little
her.
princess.
Hello, sweetheart. Oh, that is so sweet. And I love that she's supporting mom. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. So no,
Oh
your
goodness.
account has not been hacked, Rijeko.
Oh,
It's just a
it took
love
me
hack.
it took me
Your daughter is
weeks.
sending some love.
It took me weeks. Do you know what happened?
Yeah.
Before she's previously said hi, and I
Uh,
got the fright of my life. I'm like, oh my god, my account has been hacked, and I blocked her. And it was only after a few weeks. I think it was after 3 weeks. I don't know what happened. I just had a ding dong in my brain. It just, it just went. And I realized, oh, I share the same account with my little one, my daughter,
yeah.
because I need to see everything that she's doing. So
Okay.
we have the
Yeah.
same,
Mhm.
Google account.
Yeah.
And then I said, I need to ask her. So she came from school, and I said, did you, when you were with your dad, did you, because she always tells me, Mommy, I saw you on YouTube. Mama, so can I say hi? And I said, when you saw me on YouTube, did you write the comment? She said, yes, Mommy, did you see it? I'm like, oh.
Mommy finally arrived.
Never mind. So yeah.
No, that's great. It's good. I'm
Yeah.
loving it. All right. Okay. So I'm conscious of time. So
Yeah.
we've kept you guys waiting long enough, and I
I
think
know.
we shall we get
Yeah.
on with it?
Let's get on with it.
So we are on week 12, which is day 12.
Mm,
Magical people who made a difference.
mm,
That's the title for today.
mm,
All right. So at times our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from other people. Each one of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Albert Schweitzer, that's the Nobel Peace Prize winner, a medical missionary and philosopher.
mm.
But that was way back like 1875. So, wow.
Wow. Mm,
hmm So, every one of us has received help, support, or guidance from other people at particular times in our life when we needed it most.
mhm,
Sometimes another person alters the course of our life through their encouragement, guidance, or just being there at the right time.
mm,
And then life goes on, and
mm,
we tend to forget those times when one person touched us or changed our life.
mm,
Sometimes you don't even realize the impact a person had until well into the future. When
mm,
you look back on your life and realize that a particular person was pivotal in
mm.
magically changing the direction of your life
True.
better. Isn't that awesome?
It's very true. Mm,
Wonderful. No man is an island. We all impact one another.
mm,
The person may have been a teacher or coach, an uncle, aunt, sibling, grandparent, or any family member.
mm,
They may have been a doctor, a nurse, or best friend. They
mm,
may have been the person who introduced you to your current partner or to
mm,
a particular interest that became one of your greatest passions.
mm,
Maybe they were someone who didn't even know, and they
mm,
appeared in your life very briefly,
mm.
performing a random act of kindness that touched you to the core.
Oh man, that
Mine,
happened.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Go on.
No, no, no. You go for it. I will not stop. You go for it.
No, I was conscious. I was cutting in. So, my grandmother gave me my love for books, cooking, and the countryside.
Mm,
By sharing her love of those things with me, all of them affected and changed the course of my life.
mm,
Cooking became a passion of mine for
mm,
over 20 years.
mm,
My love of books eventually led me to becoming a writer. And
mm,
my love of the countryside has influenced where I've lived throughout my life.
Mhm.
My grandmother also disciplined me with a steel hand to say
Mhm.
thank you. At
Mhm.
the time, I thought she was just teaching me to be polite. It was only later in life I realized that teaching me to say the magic words was the greatest gift my grandmother ever gave me.
Mhm.
She's not alive anymore, but I continue to be grateful to her for the huge influence she had on the course of my life. Thank you, Grandma.
Mhm.
Today, you are going to think about the magic people who have
Mhm.
impacted your life.
Mhm.
Find a quiet place alone, sometime during the day today. Sit down and think of three extraordinary people who have made
Mhm.
a difference in your life.
Mhm.
You have your three people. Work with one person at a time.
Mhm.
Talk out loud to each person as though they were present, telling
Mhm.
him or her the reasons why you're grateful to them and how they
Mhm.
affected the course of your life.
Mhm. Oh my goodness. There are two distinct people that are coming up in my mind right now. I don't know if you have any and if you want to
Yes.
share,
Mm-hmm.
but I just remember, when, before I came to Australia, I lived in the United Kingdom for almost 8 years. I've never shared this. And when I was there, I remember initially that was early 2000. I just had a hard time getting into nursing. That's what everybody was doing.
Yeah.
Everybody who was Zimbabwean, was just going into nursing. And it was just so hard for me to go into nursing to the
Mm.
extent that 4 years later, just gave up. I
Yeah.
gave up. I didn't want to hear about nursing. And it just became a talk, with friends, with family. Oh my God, what's happening with Rijeko? What's happening with this nursing? And I remember praying so hard. I used to pray very hard about it.
Yeah.
And one day I went to a conference. It's one of. I'm not going to mention the church. Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
it was a mega church then. I believe
Mm.
it is. And this pastor, it was big. It was a big conference. I think we had over 1,000 people. We had guests, who were speaking, coming in from the United States, and the worship. Oh, it was beyond.
Mm.
Back then, we had people like Miles Monroe, and he was also
Yeah.
one of the guests. The worship was just beyond. I don't know if you. I don't want to mention. Okay, let me
I
not
know
mention.
the church. We were there at the same time.
Really,
The
2000. I think it
Miles.
was around 2004
Yes. Yes.
in
Was
London.
Miles Monroe at that one?
He was at many. He was a guest at so many churches,
Yes.
but it was a church in. I'm trying to remember the name of the road. It was a common. It's a common road in
Yes.
London. But
Yes.
anyway,
I
sorry,
think we were both
excuse
there at
me.
the same time.
Do you think so?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. So I remember we were worshiping, and I was, and one of the members in the church that just tapped me in the back. Like I was sitting in front and he tapped me and he said, "Sister, God has heard your prayers."
Mm.
He said, he's going to surprise you before the year ends.
Mm.
It was a word of knowledge and
Yeah.
it just did something to me. He said, it's something you've been praying for a very, very long time. This is a stranger. I don't know
Mm.
him.
Mm.
And I can tell you, my faith went from, I don't know, 20% to 100.
Mm.
When I heard that word of knowledge, I didn't know what it is that God had done, but I
Mm.
believed. I've been praying for, I don't,
Mm.
whatever it is, because I was praying for so many things,
Yeah.
you know, and I just believed,
Yeah.
and I can say that stranger, I don't even remember his face. I know he was Nigerian.
Mm.
Um, that day, a lot of things changed
Mm.
in my life. So
Mm.
yes, there are people who are just there, who God brings into your life to change the course of your life. And I can
Mm.
say a few months later, God used somebody else to change my life.
Mm.
Um, but this was a family friend of a friend, right?
Mm. Mm.
All of a sudden, they started calling me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ah, where did they get my number? And, and I'm talking to them and they're telling me, oh, your aunt gave us this number.
Yeah.
Rejeko, just need to go to Wolverhampton. Just go to Wolverhampton University. And I'm like, ah, this
Mm.
lady,
Yeah.
I know I grew up seeing them way back when I was a kid and I've never talked to them. They're those people who talk to to your mothers, and you've got nothing, you don't even know whether they know your name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there they are calling you. And she
Mm.
kept texting me every week. She kept pushing me, just go,
Mm.
just go. I would have so many excuses. I'm at work, because I was in
Mm.
London and Wolverhampton. If for those that are in the UK, you know that it's
Mm.
far,
Mm.
but for those that are in Australia, it's like
Mm.
me having to travel from Melbourne to Queensland or something, at this university, and it was just almost impossible. I had
Mm.
work. I'd sometimes, I'd say, oh, look, I don't have the money, the transport money. Just go. They're still taking. She'll text me every week. She'll
Yeah.
text me every week.
Yeah.
And I remember those days Facebook was starting. It was still a new thing. And
Yeah.
you know how we became friends with everybody. And I remember she even requested to be my friend, and she's texting me messaging me on Facebook. Have you gone? Have you gone? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So I just had to go
Mm.
because somebody who knew my family, if I didn't go, my family would think I wasn't interested. So it
Yeah.
pushed me.
Mm.
Like, let me
Yeah.
just go. Let me
Yeah.
make time. Let me get time off from work and let me go.
Yeah.
And Lord and behold, I made
Mm.
it. I went to one of the interview groups, that they were having. They
Yeah.
had so many open days.
Mm.
I went to this open day. It was just like walking in, you walk in
Yeah.
and somebody just says, sit here.
Yeah.
Here's a drink. It wasn't even an interview.
Yeah.
And I remember they needed some form of letter. What was the
Mm.
letter? Because back
Mm.
then, I don't remember what letter it was. And I
Mm.
had this letter that nobody else had. And I
Mm.
remember giving him that letter, and he said, oh, this
Mm.
is gold dust.
Mm.
This is
Mm.
gold dust. And
Mm.
just like that, I got the place. I left that.
Wow.
I don't know whether it was an interview or what it was, open day. I left knowing that I
Yeah.
was starting my nursing course in October of 2024.
Wow.
So those are two people I can remember
Mm.
changed the course of me.
Mm.
And guess what? From that time, that lady, the way I wanted to thank her, I would look for her on the phone. She would never
Mm.
respond. The communication just stopped. Just stopped.
Wow.
I don't
Reject,
even
could
know
you,
where she is.
I'm not sure what's happening with your volume, but it's going in and out when you talk. Can you
Oh,
move your
sorry
head
about that.
sometimes? Yeah.
Ah,
No, no, that's okay. Just so we can hear you. Yeah.
okay. Can you
That's
hear me
cool.
now?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Wow. What? That's incredible. That is so incredible.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Praise God for that.
Do you
It's
have
all
a testimony, Bridget, of somebody who changed?
absolutely. I
Yeah,
do know. I'm trying to think. There's so many
I
people.
know, I know.
But the
I have
key
a
ones
lot.
that come to my mind are when just before when I first had my daughter, I was clueless, obviously, being a new
Mhm,
parent, not knowing what to do, So in terms of getting her into a routine, I remember one time I was struggling with the night routine, not sleeping at night, because I was ignorant. I'd wake up and just be feeding her and feeding her and feeding her, and then
mhm,
there's a group of South African ladies who I made friends with,
mhm,
and one of so we became friends, and one of
mhm,
my friend from Lilian from here is one of them,
mhm,
and these women just took me under their wing and began to teach me how to to do the normal parenting things. I learned
mhm.
a lot from these women. I remember one time we went to stay at one of them's house, and there were, I think, how many were we? Three, or I can't remember how many we were. Yeah, and we helped each other. They helped me
Mm.
break this unhealthy routine that I'd gone into with my
Yeah, with the child.
because they helped
Yeah.
they through the night and all that. And by the time we were done, by the time I left this woman's house, my
Mm,
daughter was sleeping well in the night and all that stuff.
mm,
And it just helped me because, of course, I was a single parent at that time. So
mm,
it really helped me to that's just one of the times. There's so
mm,
much that they taught me. These women taught,
mm,
they were Christians as well. They taught me prayer. They taught me,
mm,
they taught me and practically they helped. They were very, very helpful. These are people who, when I say they took me under their wing, they took me under their wing. It was
oh,
like I was a sister to them.
yeah.
They, these are people I'd spend the day with. I'd take my daughter to their house and I'd spend the day there, and
Mm,
they would be, I'll be, our kids would be, because they had small kids as well. Our kids would be playing
mm,
together, but I was learning a lot about parenting through them,
mm.
and
And so
they mentored
important,
me.
Bridget.
Yeah.
So important. When you're talking, I just want to emphasize the point that,
Mm,
guys, remember, we are living in diaspora,
mm,
and this kind of support, community
mm,
support, is so
yeah,
essential, pivotal, actually.
yeah, yeah,
It what marks the difference,
yeah.
from being accepted, in a place where you don't know anyone. And it's so, I don't know how I can emphasize this, but
Yeah.
I feel you. That
Yeah.
must have been really important,
I
because
it
back home we have the aunts, we
Yes,
have Anatete, we've got the
yes,
sisters, but in
yes.
diaspora we don't have anyone.
Absolutely. And the
Mm,
truth is, it's not that we don't have it. It's just, when we're back home in Zimbabwe, we have the comfort
mm,
of that is already, we have a community that's already made. But
mm.
when we come out of that, we have to learn to create community. We
That's
have to
amazing.
learn to, a child is
Mm.
not raised by one person, a child is raised by a
For the
community of people.
community.
It doesn't matter where you go in the world. So I'm so grateful. These were praying women, these were Christian women, and they really helped me to learn, you
Mm,
know, how to care for my child. I'm not talking just about feeding my child, about how
mm,
to you pray over your child, to love my child, and to deal with some of the stuff that I was having to face as a single parent.
mm,
So you need community to do that. So, and it changed my culture. It changed. I had to have a cultural change because
mm,
this idea of me, myself, and I had to
mm,
change.
mm,
Because I realized that my child needed more than me.
mm, mm,
These people really helped me my child needs more than me. As
mm.
much as you love your kids, you can't give them everything. They
No.
need community of people that love them in different ways. Your
Mm,
love is one love. Then they need the love that the other person gives. And then they need the love that so and so gives.
mm,
And it gives them a whole uh a
mm,
complete bowl, a complete dose
mm,
of love. Your love
mm,
is just one aspect.
mm, mm,
So it helped me to
mm.
that thing shifted, and that's when I really learned support. I really
Yes.
learned the need for
Mm,
support,
mm.
that I can't do without it. And then
Yes.
moving on from there,
Mm,
the and I think God was really taking me through a journey because I had always been an
mm.
independent person.
There
I
you
was one of
go.
these people who
Mm.
I can do it by
Even
myself.
me.
I
Yeah.
don't need anybody. I can
Mm,
just get on by myself. Of course, I had friends and family and all that,
mm,
but I was, I'm an only girl in my family,
mm,
so I learned
mm,
to with five brothers.
mm,
I always had good relationships with my brothers, but
mm,
we'd do things together. But at the end of the day, I was the only girl.
mm,
So I learned to be very independent, to depend on myself,
mm,
to just rely on myself. But
mm.
having a child taught me that, yeah, you're going to have to expand beyond yourself. You need support, you need help because you don't know everything. You don't see
Having,
everything.
I want to add, having a child in a foreign land is a
Oh,
whole
yes.
different ball game.
It's a different
It's a
ball game.
whole ball game.
It's a
It's not
different
just
ballgame.
it's not just about being single, but it's also
Mm,
being in a foreign place, and
absolutely.
to be able to have access to that community of women that you had.
Mm,
One of the things I remember when I also was pregnant and I was here in Australia, and one of the things I was told was never, never, never say no to
mm,
anybody who offers you help.
mm,
Never, Never say that. And
Mm.
I've kept it here.
Yeah.
I've kept it here
Yeah.
because it's so, so, so important. So
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm,
Yeah. So moving on from, so
mm,
that was parenting, and then the next one other person in terms of, I mean, when it comes to my work, my job, my business,
mm,
I learned that journey of learning to embrace support
mm,
opened my heart to learning to allow people
mm,
to learn from people to teach. So when I came across this business in
mm,
2024 and met my mentor,
mm,
that woman has absolutely changed my life.
mm,
I came into this business very, very wary of, um, working online, being online, very closed in, and very, just yeah, just not open to this kind of working. Um, I am now in 2025.
mm,
This woman taught me how to work to the technology start, the technical side of
mm,
business, of
mm,
being able to work on social media, work on,
mm,
even just the idea of creating a video. I had
mm.
no concept of that.
Yeah.
This woman was willing and patient, because if I
Mm,
didn't have a patience, I think I would have given up. I really would,
yeah.
because I
Oh,
was frightened.
oh,
It
oh.
did overwhelm me.
I love her. I love
Yeah,
her.
technology overwhelmed me. She was very and she still is very, very patient.
I must say, Bridget,
Mhm.
I'll be honest, I've worked with you for nearly a year now, and
Yeah.
it does take patience to work with you. Lots of patience. So, I share her sentiments because, there is a lot of greatness, there is a lot of value in you.
Mm,
And it will take a very special person to see that
mhm.
and to walk that journey and just to take their time with you. So I so much understand what you're saying. I really do. I really do.
Thank you. And because of her,
Yeah.
I've done a lot of things. I've done in my first series of a blog.
Yeah.
I've yeah, I'm I'm working independently.
Mm,
There's a lot I'm doing because this woman was willing to spend the time. And also I know with you, you've helped me a lot to gain confidence. And even just doing this with you, I can't. There's no place I can even put it down to me. I've played a part in that. I've come. The major part that I've played is coming to learn. I've learned from you. I've learned from her, and it's community. I've built a community of support, of people who support me.
oh,
Yes, we support each other, but yeah. So if there's one thing I can say, is I open my heart to support, and it's people. It's the
mm,
community of people like you,
mm,
like her, those women who have been allowing me to learn
mm,
and grow, learning as a parent, learning as a
mm,
businesswoman, learning as in what I'm doing here,
mm.
So thank you, Rejeko, and thank you to Jane.
Mm, mm. I want to flip the coin, and I'm just going to take the opportunity and just stay where we
Yeah,
are right now and just go
yeah,
with it. I want to flip it a little bit, and I want to, because we were asked, three people that you are
yeah,
grateful for that have affected the
yeah,
course of your life. We
yeah,
spoke of two, and
yeah.
for me, I feel like just adding the third person.
The
I'm
third one.
praying, I'm
Mm,
praying, I'm praying. I'm flipping it. I'm
yeah.
praying that God will use you and I, Bridget,
Mm,
to change the course of somebody, to change the course of, and
and,
I'm being very honest and truthful, and
yeah.
and I really want to speak it with faith and
Mm,
confidence, and
mm,
just be vulnerable and just say
yeah.
to the audience that are listening, I
Mm,
hope that. by you watching us and
Yeah.
hearing our stories and seeing
Mm,
our journeys, because
mm,
we share a lot on our, on our pages, and
mm.
there is so much that you can piece together.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people out there are very intelligent, and
Mm.
you have come to recognize what's real and what's not real. And
Yes.
I think that's one of the reasons why we have a lot of quality people, a lot of quality leads that we talk to behind the scenes, and
Mm, mm,
and they reach out because there's something that they are seeing and
mm,
that they have faith in, that they're believing. And
mm,
whether they are still skeptical or whether they are working their way out of being skeptical,
mm,
there's something that's there. And we really hope, we really pray that
mm,
God will use us as well to
mm.
change the course of your life and to be
Yeah.
able to make a difference in your own life. Be
Yes.
open minded, accept doing things in a new way,
Yes.
accept that you can actually generate a decent income in a
Yes.
new way by
Yes.
doing a digital business online. It is
Absolutely.
real.
Mm,
As real as you are seeing us, it is
mm.
as real that we are sharing the
Yes.
mentorship, the
Mm,
coaching. It
mm,
is really real, guys. And
mm.
we hope that we can be able, by sharing our stories, we can also be able to change the course of your lives as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so
Anyway,
much. Yes, and to add to that, because
yeah.
now that you're on it, to add to that, and absolutely,
Yeah.
there is a lot that you can do on your own. But
Mm,
for you to get the job that you did, you had to trust the support of whoever educated you to get to where you are.
mm,
So there's a lot of support that is provided in education,
mm,
in you getting a job. There's people supporting you all the way, whether you see it or not. It's the
mm.
same with business. But the idea here that we're talking about is you don't have to stay in the way that things have always been. The
Yes.
thing that changed my parenting was I had to change culture. You have to change
Mm,
the way you, and culture simply means
yeah,
your what you are used to.
yeah, yeah,
And that's what Rujeko means by open
yeah,
your heart to something new. You have
yeah,
to be willing to open your heart to something new. It's
yeah.
going to change how you've done things. It's going to change what you've seen, but I promise you it'll change your life for the better.
Mm,
We have learned, so you will learn to build a community. It's
mm,
a change of culture that in
mm,
business, many
mm,
of us grew up in business in with the I grew up.
mm,
I will own that one. I grew up
mm,
hearing this thing that I used to hear, that oh, you can't do business with friends. I tell you what, I have made friends in business. Reject was
mm.
my friend,
Yeah.
and we do business
Yes.
together.
Together.
So
Yeah.
I had to change my culture.
Yeah.
So it's the changing the way you think, changing the way that you do things. I
Mhm.
used to think that the only way you can do business is you have to, have tangible goods. You have to maybe have a shop. You have to do no. I've learning how to do business online. I had to change that.
Digitally.
Could you,
Mm,
you can actually make money online doing
mm,
different things.
mm,
Culture. You have to change, and
mm,
then raising how you raise how I do
mm,
I had to change how I do relationships with
mm.
no, you can't be just someone who just wants to be on her own, do her own thing. I
Yeah.
had to learn how to partner, how
Yeah.
to share, how to
Yeah.
receive and give to other people, and learn to grow with other people. You have to change. So changing your culture, changing, being able to learn to collaborate, being able to learn to co-create, being able to learn to be part of community
Mm,
will build you, because within
mm.
you learn to receive support and give it. You grow with people.
You grow. It's a journey. It's a
It,
journey. It is a journey.
it's a journey.
Wow.
And it's
Wow.
simply
Wow.
opening yourself to something you've never had,
Mm,
and maybe something you've never done.
mm,
And you don't have to do it alone.
mm.
You do not have to do this alone. I have not done it alone. I have not. I will tell you this. I'm a single parent, but I did not parent alone.
Wow.
I have not parented alone. The journey of
Mm,
parenting, I didn't do it alone.
mm.
I had a community.
Yeah.
And in business, yes, I own my own business, and I'm part, but I'm part of a community that supports me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it alone.
Yeah. Ah.
Change your culture. Change
Wow.
the. Yes.
Yeah.
All
Wow.
right.
Wow. Oh, wow. We are just we are in the flow. We are in the
Mhm.
flow today. um but there you go, guys. So what does our author continue to teach us? You know, she says, make sure you do this magical practice with all three people in the one session because it will take your feeling of gratitude for a far deeper level. I think we've just shown them that. We've just done that. We went deep. If you split up this magical practice throughout the
Mm,
day, you will not feel the same depth of gratitude nor receive the magical results.
mm,
Here's an example of what you might say. Sarah, I want to thank you for the time that you encouraged me to follow my heart. I was lost and confused that day, and your words touched me and lifted me out of despair. Because of what you said, I found the courage to follow my dream, and I moved to France to work as an apprentice chef. I'm living my dream, and I couldn't be happier. All because of what you said to me that day. Thank you, Sarah. It is very important that you say the reason why you were grateful, and you can't say too much. Instead, the more you say and more you feel, the more amazing the results you will see the magic explode into your life. From doing this practice, it numbers among the most powerful acts of gratitude you can ever perform. If you are not in a position to talk out loud, then you can write down your words to each person and address them as though you are writing a letter. When you have completed this practice, you will feel a huge difference in the way that you feel. The evidence of gratitude's power working is always that first and foremost, it will make you feel happy. The secondary evidence of gratitude's power is that you attract wonderful things. And as if all of that wasn't enough, the happiness you feel after practicing gratitude also attracts more wonderful things, which will make you even happier. That's the magic of life. And that's the magical power of gratitude. Wow. So, what are
mm,
we practicing this week in
mm,
magical people who make a difference? Well, to start off, we are still going to do our count your blessings. We're going to say 10 things that we are grateful for. At the end of this, we say our three thank you, thank you, thank you.
mm,
Then, number two, find a quiet, listen very carefully.
mm,
Find a quiet place alone
mm,
sometime during the day, whichever time that works best for you, and make a list of three people who
mm,
made a difference in your life, just like how we did it today with
mm,
Bridget here on the show. Work through the list one person at a time. And while talking out loud, tell each person from the depth of your heart the reason why you are grateful for them. You know why? Because it's like you are praying over them. It's like you are sprinkling magic dust and wishing them well wherever they are. Just before you go to sleep tonight, hold your magic rock. If you are flowing with us, you know that we've been having a magic rock, right? And in your hand, say the magic word. Thank you for the best thing that happened to you during the day. Wow. Wow. Back to you, Bridget.
wow. I'm just blown away. This has just been incredible today. I'm really
Yeah.
blown away. Before we finish, I think it'd be great. Just I really must say thank you to you, Rijeko,
Oh,
for this journey. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for holding my hand. Thank you for encouraging me for times when it was challenging. Thank you for sticking with me. You know, partnering with you has taught me I'm learning things as I go. The commitment, sticking it out when it feels hard, facing those challenges, facing the things I didn't want to face,
Yeah.
really addressing issues that I want to hide. But, when this is what it means to have a healthy partnership.
Yes.
You know, I feel to say this to any people out there who are single, maybe single parents,
Mm.
single, maybe you're a single person. Christmas can be a challenging time when you're alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have kids, so
Mm.
that fills those places.
Yeah.
But it can be challenging when you feel alone.
Yeah.
The greatest gift you can give yourself as a
Mm.
single person
Mm.
is learn to partner. That's the gift I gave myself. When I
Wow.
learned to embrace support,
Mm.
when I learned to embrace help, I was learning to receive and to in partner with people who were
Mm.
coming into my life.
Mm.
Partnership is for everyone, but as a
Mm.
single person, you need it the most.
Mm. Mm.
You
Mm.
need it the most
Mm.
so that you don't live your life as an island. Nobody is meant to live as an island.
Mm.
Whatever you're going to do this year, put in at least something for yourself because those partnerships are for you. At
Mm.
least a goal that will allow you to build healthy relationships, healthy partnerships, people that you can grow with. Because the more you learn to partner, the more you learn to receive, the
Mm.
more you learn to embrace, the more you learn to grow, the more you learn to walk with people, the more you learn to be in sync or in alignment or whatever with people, and you will bring more people into your life. But it requires you to learn to be a good, healthy partner and create community for yourself. So I'm encouraging all those single people, single parents. As Rujeko said, we would love to make a difference in your life. If you're looking to be able to do something that doesn't take over your life, but that can fit around your life, that can enhance your life, that you can grow in and form healthy partnerships in business and grow together and not have to do business alone and have people hold your hand and walk with you to do this thing, then please connect with us. We want to partner. We want to do it with you because we believe in partnership in business. This is what we're doing. This is how we do business. We do business in partnership. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to do life alone. You don't have to do parenting alone. You don't have to do business alone. So, to all of you out there, as the year comes to an end, have an amazing Christmas and an awesome New Year. We'll see you
Wow.
here.
I didn't want to spoil that. That was beautiful. And it's
Bye
a
bye, everyone.
wrap.
Merry
Good
Christmas.
night.